Welcome to GearCheckGames. This is part 10 of our commentary for Banjo-Kazooie. Last time we completed Freezeezy Peak, and today we're going to get started on Gobi's Valley, the 6th world of the game.
It's so hot.
Oh yes, so yellow.
It looks like Velveeta, like...
You said that last
already
time.
said that.
Actually, I said that. That was me, I think. It said we talked about Velveeta.
We have 2 episodes in this world. Are you trying to ruin this for me? Are you trying to make this miserable? Stop it.
I won't answer that.
Anyway, this is Trunker.
Yeah.
He's a friendly tree.
Did you have
What
to,
Kazooie just said.
I love he's like, I'm thirsty. And Advantage is like, how about eggs? No, I'm
May I
thirsty.
offer you an egg in these trying times?
please tell me you're gonna poop the eggs at him.
No. Unfortunately, that's one thing the eggs can't be used for, but, I guess if we hollowed one out, he could drink out of it.
That's true. Wait, is
Instead, we're gonna have to find an ulterior way to get, water into his
Master
mouth.
hand. Oh.
Another gory enemy death animation.
He's trying to give you a hand out of the desert.
So, Banjo-Kazooie boys, where does Gobi's Valley fall in your ranking of levels?
Pretty high. It's like, I usually do a tier list. It's like that mid-high tier for me.
Yeah, it's pretty good.
I like it. It's like
I like the music.
It's pretty open. It's got some fun. The speedy shoes make it more fun to go around. It's got enough space to have like a lot of fun stuff in it, but it's not too big that it's just a hassle to get around.
Yeah, I feel like Gobi's Valley is like a good vertical slice of Banjo-Kazooie. You know, it's not as like vertically or horizontally skewed as some of the other worlds are. Like everything is kind of, it just feels like very balanced in terms of design. You know, except for maybe the use of the color yellow.
Is that a bear sphinx?
Yes.
I love it.
Well, that was actually something I didn't realize until this playthrough, because I'm an idiot. But all of the, like, quote-unquote Egyptian iconography has, like, bear faces in this world. Which is, okay, like, on the door I always knew that was Banjo, but I always thought, like, the statue off to the right there was a lion. But no, in fact, it's a golden banjo with, like, a pharaoh headdress or whatever.
What's easier to unlock, inside the bear sphinx, or trying to get the llama in DK64 to spit on the hot water?
You know, I haven't played that part of the game in like nearly 7 years, so I don't remember.
That'd be a Jinjo.
But probably Banjo. I'm just gonna default to Banjo based on my experience with DK64.
Oh, just missed it.
Thanks to the magic of editing.
Oh
No,
man.
that should be
Jump back to where we
teleporting.
were. Yeah, teleporting. Well, no,
Bottles
that's
didn't teach you that
trademark,
trick.
Ethan. Yeah, we can't.
See,
We can't say that word, Ethan, or else we'll get sued.
this is
We'll go to LP jail.
This is a distinct difference in our editing styles. I would have left in the extra platforming and got an extra 5 minutes in the video.
Well, see, when I'm editing these, there are times when I'm like, why did I edit this out but not this other thing? And it's just like, because nobody's perfect. Least of all me.
I'm the kind of person, leave everything in, no matter how fast.
Well, that explains some of the upcoming LP part lengths you were describing to us.
Even you could learn something from a sloth.
Not in the near future, but down the road, there's going to be some beefy episodes.
Oh yeah.
What does that mean?
Beefy.
We'll find out.
Banjo.
But in the meantime, we got to finish this game first. Yeah, on the subject of music, I feel like Gobi's Valley is like one of the catchiest tracks in the game. I don't know, am I alone in that?
No, it's catchy.
always
The whole
liked it.
game's catchy.
Well, that's the thing, but like of a catchy like bunch of music, I feel like Gobi's Valley is one of the standouts in terms of the ones that you remember after the fact.
I mean, they put it in Smash, right?
Yeah, they did put it in Smash. That was a good remix. And they brought it back for the Banjo Land medley and Nuts and Bolts. along with like Mayahem Temple and Click Clock Wood and Rusty Bucket Bay.
Yeah. So, fun fact.
Banjo's greatest hits.
Whenever I've remembered this song in my head, just, whenever I go back in my day-to-day life and just replay banjo music in my head, whenever it comes to the Gobi's Valley song, I've always... The version in my head is just the, it's not just one version of the song that's in the level, it's always, like, the version that you get when you enter the level, and then progressing to the version that you get when you get near the Sphinx. Just because that's I always just go straight to the Sphinx in the level.
Yeah.
So that's just how it's been cemented in my head.
Yeah, that's the funny thing is, like, not only does this level have different arrangements of the music, but they're also, like, written differently. Yeah. Like, they have, like, a slightly different melody that just plays over the same chord progression.
Yeah.
I don't know. Apologies to anyone musically literate who's listening to this. I took piano lessons for a few years, but that's about the extent of my musical knowledge.
So, if everything is like old and like Egyptian themed in this world, I like to imagine that this is like the first world that Grunty created, and she just kind of like left it for a long time and let everything get old and dusty.
Yeah, it wasn't always like this.
Yeah.
There was a time when this world was all bright and polished and shiny.
There used to be an oasis.
It'd be great if there was like an Egypt world like this, but since it's Grunty's world, all the sphinxes and everything have just been gone back over and defaced and turned into Grunty's face.
Yes.
Well, yeah, I mean, that's what Eggman did in Sonic Adventure 2.
True.
That's
Nobody
a weird
will
thing.
ever know this is my secret base, as there's just Eggman stuff all over the place. Literal flags and spotlights.
The military is already here, scouring the place.
Wait, isn't Grunty's lair, like the entrance, shaped like Gruntilda's face?
Maybe it's just a villain trope.
I mean, if you
Egotism,
were a
yes,
villain, wouldn't
definitely.
you make everything in the shape of your face?
I would do that even if I wasn't a villain.
Yeah, I'm just a narcissist.
Yeah.
I like to think that they do it not because they're self-absorbed, but because they think it's really funny.
Just because they're not very
It's
imaginative.
just a joke.
Yeah. Look at
Now
this.
these are some of the more devilish notes in the game because they really rely on your like tendency to like poke into every corner even if the camera doesn't show you where they are.
Yeah.
In fact, there's an area like right before the final boss where the first time I played the game I missed something really important because the camera in that room is fixed and the thing that you need to get is like off the bottom of the screen. Yeah. I'm not charmed.
So funny
I
to
love
me.
this dude.
I'm not charmed at all by this.
I love this dude's little, just like pink, like naked mole rat pet thing.
Is that the same thing that Jingling has in the second game?
I think it is.
Yeah. Is there just a place where you can buy these weird, like, pink abomination pets?
His
Well, I guess
stuff?
at least there's a consistency.
Yeah, he's Tip Tup's relative because he's a reptile, I guess.
Oh, I like his little teeth. Those are adorable.
Yeah.
Thanks for stopping by.
That's really not a basket. It's just his clothes. He's just really mad that you stepped on his clothes.
It's actually a
guess
stegosaurus, and the not a stegosaurus, the Brentosaurus.
Brentosaurus. Yes.
The Brentosaurus.
My favorite 90s animated sitcom.
All right, just take the
Just
L.
standing under the floor, and there's a hole in the floor for it to poke its head up through.
Why do I keep climbing? Oh, I think I need the flight pad.
Yeah.
I will say that's one thing that kind of started to wear old in the Banjo series, especially by the time you get to the second game. Like, due to presumably due to like the limitations of like the controller and also possibly just, wanting to make the game longer, they make it so there are certain actions that you can only perform when you're standing on a pad. And like in this game, it's not too bad just because like the level size is smaller and the structure is simpler, and there are fewer actions that are restricted to the pads. But like in Banjo-Tooie, it gets to the point where you're just like, it's like, I just want to go here and do this thing, but to do that I have to like go to the pad and so I can like fly up here and press, I don't know.
So, what's with the giant cactus?
Good question. I don't know, really.
Barely made it.
He's just another delightful Rareware character.
He's just weird looking.
Uh-huh.
Oh,
Grunty made him that way so that she could put a honeycomb piece to lure you to your prickly doom.
So I'm guessing you have to line it up perfectly to not get smacked.
Yeah, it's pretty tough to get that. Well, first of all, I think the only way to get that is by like flying through the ring. And it can be pretty challenging just due to the way that you control the flight in this game.
I see you're
Oh, that
showing
guy
the intended way to do
doesn't
this.
die.
How would you have me do it, Dan?
You can just kill the mummy with the golden feathers, and it won't bother you
Oh, that's
anymore.
right. Well, again, I always forget about the golden feathers.
These
When it would
invincible
be
guys
most
are like the
optimal to
one
use
thing
them.
I use golden feathers on, just to deal with them and not have them chase after me.
Hey, you can do the same thing with the skeletons in Mad Monster Mansion, can't you?
And the ghosts.
Oh yeah, see the ghosts are the one thing I do remember to use because I think it's because they can go through walls that I was like, you know what, this isn't doing it. I need to find a permanent solution to these ghosts.
The mummy sounds so offended that you're hitting him. He's like, this is my channel.
Weirdly enough,
I don't even get paid very well.
Weirdly enough, when I was a kid, I was kind of spooked by the mummies and the skeletons, just because of the sound they made.
Oh yeah. Did you use Kirk-Up? What are you doing? What are you trying to do? Traumatize children?
Hold this for the golden ginger.
Dan, were you also traumatized by?
Thank you.
No, surprisingly.
He was traumatized because he thought it said a naughty word.
I would have laughed if in this game, if you're doing the Talon Trot and you get a Jiggy, Banjo eats it instead.
I want to try one of
That'd be
those.
weird.
Banjo, not a great idea, buddy.
He like jokes on it.
Kazooie has like an iron stomach that allows her to digest solid gold.
He does that thing where he like bites the Jiggy and bends it to see to make sure it's real gold, and he just ends up taking a chunk out of it.
That's why they're all puzzle piece shaped, because someone has done that at least on two sides.
So they are chocolate on the inside. Good to know.
Hey, this one says I can go to Wonka's.
No, Kazooie, don't eat it. I must Banjo.
That's a lifetime supply of chocolate, Kazooie.
Yeah, all the kids from Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory get the golden tickets that lets them go to Grunty's lair instead of the Chocolate Factory.
Wow.
Oops.
Oh no.
Yeah, Kazooie
They all
seems
get
like
to go
the
to
sort
Witchy
of.
World.
Oh God.
Banjo not looking too hot. Up there in the top left corner.
Who?
He looks
Oh, yeah,
high.
have we commented on the health? Have we commented on the health bar yet in this game? How the
No.
expressions changed based on how damaged you are? I will say that was one thing they kind of made decidedly worse in the HD version. Because I guess, like on the N64, yeah, it was low res, but the models that they used for the portraits were like, they were like proper like CG renders of the characters. But for this one, to make a higher res version, it honestly looks like they just took the in-game character models. So it looks a lot more like polygonal and not as like well detailed as it originally did.
Banjo
So
just
that,
looks like he's done.
That camel that you helped, due to like his coloration and his blue collar, he looked like a really dopey looking Scooby-Doo. I couldn't get that image out of my mind.
See what we weren't told here is that Rare was originally contracted to make like a licensed Scooby-Doo game on the N64, but they were really sent the Hanna-Barbera or Warner Brothers or whoever was really dissatisfied with the model they came up for Scooby, so it got canned and they just reused it in this as a camel.
Yeah. Scooby.
All of that is false, by the way, in case you couldn't tell.
Tonight's guest, Banjo-Kazooie.
It's the
Aren't they every night's guest?
it's the Scooby-Doo that has gone through the taffy stretching machine in Wonka's factory.
Oh dear God. Everything's connecting, and I almost got it. Close, but no cigar.
Wait, you didn't get it?
He got it,
Well,
but he
I
got
almost got it without taking
Oh.
damage.
He doesn't get the cool cred though.
Yeah, I didn't S rank that honeycomb.
Sonic
piece.
Speed!
Maybe we'll fare better with this one.
Go!
Are you all just in awe of my incredible gaming prowess? Does he have, like, snot on his hand? Why is he green?
He
Why?
reminds me a lot of that hand from Majora's Mask.
Oh, yeah.
The original Papers, Please playthrough.
Someone gave him a Jiggy instead of the toilet paper.
I can't do anything with this.
Yeah. See, Grunty was trying to recreate the toilet hand from Majora's Mask, but, like, you know, she doesn't use a toilet. She just goes wherever she pleases. So to her, he was in the toilet.
Is that one
'cause
of
the toilet is
Tilda's
everywhere.
anecdotes?
I mean, toilets will be a common theme here soon, so...
Oh, you bet. But not today.
Yeah. So on the topic of confining things like flight to pads and all that, something that I've always just thought would be a really cool, although now that I'm older and know more about game design, kind of infeasible reward for 100%ing a game that has flight in it is just being able to fly anywhere you want, just like whenever you want.
Yeah.
Like I wish that was the case. I wish that was the case in Spyro, because that also has flight.
Oh,
and
yeah,
in
but
this
only
game
for, like,
too.
the bonus levels.
Yeah. So that was one of my things when I was a kid. I was always really interested in just flying around places.
Well, just having the freedom to explore without restrictions.
Yeah.
That was one of the things I
You're not gonna
loved
make it.
about Kirby Air Ride is in, like, free mode, you could get on the Warp Star that has, like, infinite flight
Yeah, the
time and just fly
Dragoon.
around the city. Yeah, well, the Dragoon, but also, like, there's a Warp Star that's exclusive to, like, the training mode where you can fly infinitely.
Is there? I know
Yeah.
there was like the prototype star or something. Or no. It was like a little
It's like an
flat
it's like
orange
an-
star.
Yeah, it's just an orange Warp Star that lets you fly infinitely.
I don't remember. Was that only for free ride?
Yeah, you can't unlock it in any other mode except for, like, free trial.
You guys just reminded me.
One of my least favorite arbitrary gating measures they do in World of Warcraft. With each new expansion, they gate off. Like ever since like either Wrath or Panda, they gate off the ability to fly around the continent until you've completed like a series of tasks in the main quest. So you can be like max level, have like the best rating gear, but still don't have the ability to fly just because you haven't done a certain quest at a certain time.
Oh, that's
It
lame.
happens every time. Because it
It
goes.
seems almost as frustrating as what just happened to me.
Yeah.
See, we're gonna have
'cause
to
the
use
door
super
opens
duper
down.
speed to get inside this pyramid.
So like, if it opened upward, you could just squeeze under it, but since it goes down, it just like, catches you up.
Yeah, and that, as I found out in this playthrough, that door actually has a really big hitbox. Like it is extremely difficult to get in there, unless you're there like right on time or like prior to the door closing. Is that Mario?
We
I
must
thought it
go
was just
to
a happy face.
the
Is this
pyramid
Mario's
core.
tomb?
No, it's President Hokatate.
This is why Nintendo sold Rare. It was like, you know, Rare, you made some pretty great games, but you mess with Mario, you mess with us. Or, you know, it's just a smiley face.
What is
they,
with
they
the...
didn't get Rare on it when they did it in Donkey Kong Country. Or DKC
Oh, yeah.
2.
How'd they make fun of him there?
Well, with like the hero coin rankings, you can like become a better hero than Mario if you collect all the coins. Hey, at least they didn't put him in the no hopers pile with Sonic and Earthworm Jim.
Oh.
Wait, Earthworm Jim was on the Super Nintendo. What were they? What were they sore about?
It's the better version too.
I don't know. Is it? I
think
always hear
so.
people say the Genesis version is better.
But the music, though, the Genesis has weird music.
To each his own, I guess. Anywho, more Gobi's Valley in the next part. See you later.
So yeah.